season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Smith going to go to the air first play. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
But as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. First carry here for Ken Walker.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
From the gun, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Winston to give, it's Kamara.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The Saints are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Here's Winston.
There's Chris Olave. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Kamara.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation.
Again, Kamara. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll fake it. Now Smith.
He completes this to Walker. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 24, Smith. Throw right side complete to Carter. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Saints 1st down.
Winston now from the 50. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Off the middle, Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. He's going to come from...
No, it's out. Smith lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Tariq Woolen bringing it out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Winston now. And his throw here is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play fake. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Winston and the Saints now with a first and 10
at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Kamara. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On play action, Winston. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got room. Shoves him away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Play action now, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with it. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DeAndre Carter, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
20, Saints 17.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taylor now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Thomas, 4 yards on the pickup.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
5-yard line.
Coming left is Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jameis to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's good for the Saints.
Going right back to Michael Thomas.
Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas from a yard out.
And the Saints have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Worland will return it from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ready, break. Pass the street. Pass the street.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now, they started to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Throwing on third down, Smith.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run with Walker. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Gino. It's caught. Lockett. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hold the ready.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This from 54 yards away. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Quick slant. That's caught by the 5'11" Landry.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Even in a down year statistically, Juice Landry still produced over 50 catches to lead Cleveland in his final season there.
A milestone awaits Landry, though, this season. He's almost a lock to jump into the top 50 all-time for receptions. One of those goes for a first down this time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Quick throw to Olave. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Flip, flip, flip.
They'll throw again. Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
Touchdown! Chris Olave, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints will add to their fourth quarter lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a one-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
What's good on the extra point? And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, come on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
Throwing now is Geno. Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardy set to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for us Saints. 1st and 10 at the 42.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Olave holds it in. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
The offense on third down, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. Room here to run.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Off the play fake, Winston.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Winston now. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Watts is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. He is going to, and the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got it. Ready?
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by David Long. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Play fake. Winston. That's complete to Troutman right side. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Saints, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.
Sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I make men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay up, repeat the sins. I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid. 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer, that's my mom's name. I create and find change, my mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Chicago Bears. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Up past the 30, second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On second down, Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. On the option, here's Eckler. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, L.A. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Fields. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now it's Fields. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bears at 2-0 here to begin the season. Now off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
A quick throw out right here. He's got it complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 19-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chicago!
Khalil Herbert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that makes it 14-10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Fields on 3rd down.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Here's Fields on the sneak.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Well, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Allen now with a chance to run.
And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Santos' kick is up and through. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs.
Fields now to throw. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
It's taken to the 26. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 147 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
It's Eckler again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Chargers have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Fields. And that's complete to Westbrook-Akine. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Herbert off of play action. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 174 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Eckler is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Herbert now. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need... Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle with Eckler. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Man, 188 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.